probably has a back. Am I right about that? All right, put your hands on their back and give them a back rub. Let's go. Wake them up, 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 wake them up. Let's go. Come on, put some life and energy in it. Come on, this is no managed care thing here. Let's do it right.
You know, it may sound funny, but I think the most important thing a speaker has to keep in mind is that the seminar is for the attendees, not himself. It's very easy to get caught up in what you're doing, like with any job, but a seminarist is there for the attendees, and he has to make sure that he's getting across to them and reaching out and making that material stick.
Put together survey questions, which you should learn and study, which I can't cover completely in an hour, but I'll give you lots of examples so you can see how it should be applied in what you do. And then secondarily, there should be an art to it where you go out and you practice this a bit, where you become very skilled at it.
The average person has sat through somewhat over 10,000 hours of lectures in public school, and you know, one more seminar is not going to be good for them unless that seminar maintains some kind of quality of experience. And a seminar just has to do that. There are too many options out there in terms of what people can do with their time. I think a seminar should be a quality thing, no doubt.
Well, I wanted to take the office to a bigger place where I was going, and I know Mark, and I know he's a phenomenal speaker, and I wanted him to help me and my staff get to the next level of where we want to go.
Oh, Mark, well, you know, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what my staff says. And my staff thinks that he is the greatest speaker that they have ever heard, and he motivates them so much.
Very important to make seminar content real to the audience you're speaking to, because if it's not real to them, they think you're talking to somebody else, real simply. So before you get into a seminar, I think it's important to make sure you know what the reality of the people you're talking to is on the subject you're talking about, and make sure you make it real to them. And that's done with great examples and a lot of things that they can relate to.
Does this make sense? Or is this real to you? Or you got this? And when I do that, you would respond. It's okay. Some seminars, the speaker doesn't want a response. I do. You just say, yeah, got it. See, that way you're in control of the speed of the seminar. It's like having a clicker at home in your hand, right?
You know, people attend a seminar to learn something and use it, and you got to keep that in mind when you're given a seminar. And it is not their responsibility only to use it. It's their speaker's responsibility to deliver it in such a way that they will use it and can use it. And that's a big responsibility, but that's the way it is.
And started consulting people around 1983, and I've been doing that ever since. My particular activity right now is giving presentations. So every business I walk into, the first thing we run into is what this is all about today, getting more business in the door.
You know, a seminar too many times becomes a serious affair that people go to and feel they're going to, quote, sit through. Well, I don't see any reason why a seminar can't be fun. A seminar can be made entertaining as well as informative, and there's no reason not to do it. So that's the style I like to deliver, and I think it's the only way to go. People need to be having some fun.
Leave out the other parts that are more important because they start to think the mechanics are going to make it all work. You see what I'm saying? And then later somebody says, well, I don't understand it. We gave them everything they needed. What happened? Well, how about a big piece of you? What happened to that? I don't mean to make you all serious. You just did get serious on me, though. And I thought, ooh, that's heavy. Finding what you need. There's got to be a big sign, right, that points out what the items are. You see, the photo has to communicate that message. So it's got to have the ability to do that. And this is where a photographer comes in, but you can't get a photographer to do it if you haven't defined it.
He's very clear and articulate. He knows the subject matter very well, and he delivers the message in a way that is fun, but it's also something that you can understand and take with you.
He's an exciting speaker, and for me to listen to him again for a day and a half, which I know he'll be speaking today and tomorrow, I find very fascinating. I think he's an excellent speaker.